Ah, good. Hey, good morning. It's Mike, and Happy New Year to you. Let me see. This is the 4th of January, and Happy New Year to all of you. I'm glad to be back in the States. If this is the first time that you've been to this space since I've come back, there's a lot of stuff I miss about Japan, but we're not gonna talk too much about that. So, what I want to talk about this morning, it's going to be a multi-topical posting, and part of it is why did I become a technical official? So, let's just start out with a little bit of a story. So, I became a technical official in the domestic competitive rules program for USA Triathlon. After my first mentor and my friend, I was watching him work at a race where I was working as an assistant race director. Okay. So, for those of you that haven't figured it out or have never directed a race, being an RD is incredibly hard work and not a whole lot of appreciation. Okay. Especially if you're the assistant, it's definitely not fun. So, while the head race director is enjoying the post race party and he's handing out swag and drinking beer, I was out on the back of the bike course collecting aid station supplies. So I quickly realized that being a competitive rules official, referee, was definitely a different dynamic. So, you still have to do your preparation the day before the event. You look at the rules, make sure everything's cool. You show up on time and you focus on the safety and the fairness observations. A role akin to, and I've used this term before, being the pro from Dover. Okay, so about 2015, so yeah, almost 10 years ago, a call went out from USA Triathlon for experienced officials who were interested in learning the international side of triathlon. So this ironically brought me back to the nuts and bolts of race directing. So the difference between a competitive rules official, the old program, and a technical official, which most of us are now, you focus on a detailed aspect of the event. It could be registration, you could be swim course, you could be working transition area, bike course, run course, penalty enforcement, finish line, any of that sort of stuff. And you work really, really closely hand in hand with the race director to ensure that that work meets international standards so that every race, no matter what level it's at, if it's a domestic level competition, all the way up to the Olympic Games, all has that same commonality and common standard. That helps folks, to be familiar along the way as they start to move up the food chain if they decide to become a more elite athlete and go through World Triathlon. Okay, uh, so then 3 years ago, moved to Japan. And so that was a personal adventure and a professional challenge. Um, Especially for my day job as an instructional designer, and I loved it. A great opportunity. So it opened up doors to support the sport for Japan's domestic governing body and to support World Triathlon. So I got involved with some of the JTU work also in helping technical officials reach out to U.S. military and U.S. Civilians while I was out there. So I benefited from a gentleman's agreement between USAT and the Japanese Triathlon Union. The Japanese were able to use me for local events, and in return, I was able to earn and maintain both domestic and international certifications. This sort of arrangement gave me priority for self funded opportunities to work international events in Asia. So while in Japan, I supported several domestic age group national championship events, a couple of World Cup events down in Kyushu and Japan, and one World Cup outside of Japan in Hong Kong, and at a couple of World Triathlon and Para Triathlon Series events in Yokohama. I'd planned for a third one, but during my second year in Japan, I fell ill and limited my event support. But that gave me the opportunity to earn my continental level certification, which is the baseline credential for working major games, triathlon events, such as the Pan American Game, the Commonwealth Games, the Asian Games, or the Olympics, okay? So much like athletes who go to those events, the Pan Am, the Commonwealth, the Asian, the Olympics, the technical officials must also be skilled representatives of their national federation. And not only do you have to be good at what you do, you also have to be fortunate to be selected by your federation to work one of those games. Okay, so according to my mentor this last week, who I chatted with, she mentioned that there are only 24 slots available for the LA Games in 2028, as far as United States-based technical officials. So 6 men and 6 women will be selected for both the Olympic and the Paralympic Games. And you're going to have some politics, no doubt, playing a role in the selection process. Not much different than being an athlete and having the federation select which events you get to work and gain experience so that you can move up the competitive chain. So for me to position myself for selection, I need to work key domestic and international events and invest in assignments as necessary. Put a few bucks in here and there. Take advantage of my proximity to major resources. I'm lucky now to be living in Colorado and be 15 minutes from a major airport and 2 hours from the national office. So I believe that's a logistical advantage. And then my job here in Colorado allows me plenty of time off and career stability that I need to invest in this goal. So, before moving to Japan, I did all I could from my previous location, but the local opportunities, lacked recognition and support, and it was more challenging to relocate or to travel for some of the big events there. So relocation is pretty much essential for advancing in this field, all right? And I'm, not much different, as I said, than a triathlete moving to someplace like, let's say, Boulder or San Diego or whatever have you. You got to be close to the opportunities there. So what's next? So let's see. I got a fresh copy of the USA Triathlon multi-sport rule set to study. Brand new. Just got published this last week. My calendar is starting to fill up with potential travel dates. I'm waiting on a listing of class offerings and domestic race opportunities to finalize my plans. So with these steps, I'm focused on making the dream of officiating at the 2028 Olympic Games a reality. It's a long road to Los Angeles, and I will try to bring you along on the journey every so often here. At the same time, I hope to point out a few rules items, interesting technologies along the way, and my goal is to take this space and these videos that I've done and become a little less, preachy, the old grouchy guy, and try to be a little more informative and entertaining too, for each and every one of you. So, in case you're interested in becoming a technical official, or if you have a question about triathlon rules or getting involved in triathlon or multi-sport. So if you have any questions on how to become a technical official, or you have a question about any of the USAT multi-sport rule set, once again, just came out 1st January. It's out there on the USAT website. Contact me at www.facebook.com/USAT Rules Guy, or you can email me at michael.s.bowen@gmail.com. Have a great morning. Stay safe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.